representing our students who have been affected by the faculty cuts in music, and to talk about the impact the cuts have had and will continue to have on our program. As you are aware, 2 faculty members in the School of Music were non-renewed for the upcoming school year. Mr. Jonas Thomes, our horn instructor, and Dr. Tom Lukewitz, our tuba and euphonium instructor. These 2 faculty members represent half the brass area and are in their 5th year here at Wright State with no documented performance issues that would have prevented either one of them from receiving a continuing appointment. Their loss has multitude layers of negative impact, not the least of which is recruitment. Unlike some other programs, music students attend Wright State University to study with a specific faculty member. Music faculty work individually and in groups with their students for 4 years, ultimately leading to a lifelong role as their mentor. The professional relationships our students have begin here. Students are individually recruited by specific faculty members, and choosing a school is highly dependent on the rapport that can be established with the applied music faculty before students even enroll. Mr. Thomes and Dr. Lukewitz have met and exceeded their applied music teaching load, which resulted in several semesters of overload for each of them. In fact, the School of Music has many faculty who are on overload, indicating there is a need for more faculty, not less. Music faculty like Mr. Thomes and Dr. Lukewitz and many others in our program are selected based on a very specific and highly attained skill set. There is not another faculty member in our program that can, teach horn, tuba, or euphonium. Therefore, only a fraction of the teaching assignment of these 2 faculty members can be moved to someone else. The bulk of what they teach and the reason for their hiring can't be moved around or consolidated within our program. Adjuncts will have to be hired to take their place. It is a known fact that use of adjuncts as applied faculty in schools of music has a significant negative impact on enrollment, productivity, and retention. Lower enrollment in these 2 studio areas will also have an impact program-wide, as there is a need for horns, tubas, and euphoniums in every performing ensemble in the school. In fact, it could be argued that the current strength of our wind band program has come about because of the growth in number and quality of the horn studio alone. The loss of these 2 faculty positions has a further impact on recruiting in that 2 faculty chamber ensembles have dissolved. The faculty brass quintet and the faculty woodwind quintet, whose primary role is to perform and offer clinics at area schools in order to directly recruit into our program, cannot perform consistently at a high level without personnel. These ensembles are now unable to do the largest component of their mission. Over the last 5 years, performing chamber music and offering clinics as a faculty group has not only had a productive impact on recruitment, but it has also helped raise the public's awareness and stature of our program. These recruitment activities are now gone. According to the Provost's report at the Faculty Senate on September 16th last year, deans and vice presidents were given a set of priorities they must follow to determine their budgets, and those priorities included maintaining educational opportunities and academic quality, preserving and expanding revenue sources, eliminating duplication, and closing areas that are not university or unit priorities. It's not hard to see that those priorities were not followed. When budget cuts target faculty positions, educational opportunities and academic quality are not going to be maintained. When budget cuts target faculty positions, revenue sources in the form of enrollment will not be preserved and expanded. Cutting faculty in music did not eliminate any duplication of services, nor were these cuts in areas that lacked priority in our program. The provost also stated to the Faculty Senate that instruction is the highest priority of the academic colleges, that funding decisions should focus on sufficient faculty, GTAs, peer instructors, and aligning instructional personnel with appropriate enrollments. These cuts have resulted in insufficient faculty and have already hurt recruitment and retention for our program. For all the reasons stated above and others, no faculty cuts should have taken place. To say we are disappointed in the faculty cuts as a tool for budget remediation in areas not responsible for the gross overspending that has taken place would be an understatement. Ask our students who have had the one person who does the most for them in their program stripped away from them. They are devastated. Thank you.
I've had this quote with me for about 15 years. It says, if you come to stay, build. For me, the message is clear. Leave a place better than when you found it. Don't go to a place to take up space or to take, but rather contribute to the future of those you serve. I believe this is a fundamental premise of teaching. Teachers build and create future builders. Trustees, I stand before you today to ask you to reinstate all of our COLA colleagues, all potent builders of futures. I would like you to understand what just one person, my colleague, Dr. Ike Bruner, contributes, and the hopes that you would recognize that the exponential capital raised by those who transform the lives through teaching cannot be fully captured or tidily summed in fiduciary spreadsheets. I'm going to talk about Ike and Ike's exponential reach, but please understand that all of the faculty that have been left also exponentially reach. Ike Bruner brings a unique industry experience and expertise in the field of digital marketing and social media. He has developed and teaches advanced curriculum in public relations, social media, personal branding, and advanced social media courses. These courses provide our students with a competitive edge over their graduating peers in other schools. Other schools do not offer, for instance, the kind of certifications that our students leave ready and prepared to enter the industry. They graduate with certifications in Hootsuite, in HubSpot inbound marketing, in Facebook Blueprint, and Google AdWords. Not only does Ike send his students out, but he recruits partnerships from within the community. He invites local businesses to participate as clients for students, where students, they identify problems and students seek to solve those problems and come up with strategies, PR campaigns, and a host of other public awareness issues in order to help these businesses. Not a semester has passed that a business hasn't incorporated students' feedback or students' ideas. In fact, when you hear about the Hunger Cup, I want you to understand that that came from a partnership with Ike Bruner's class. Some of these businesses include the Dayton Better Business Bureau, Hannah's Treasure Chest, Siska, Dayton Food Bank, BOG, Squirb, Necdemics, those are all social media digital campaigns, and the Heights Racquetball Club. These businesses also create internships and jobs for our students. Internships have transitioned into jobs for our students. Not only do our students get these skills, but we send our students out to our community, and they work in our community. Right here at Wright State, because of the skills that they received, our students have been hired within the College of Liberal Arts, the Department of Communication, and Wright State Research Institute. Bruce Hines, if any of you are familiar with him, is one of 3 on the team that manages Wright State University's social media. They do the university's Facebook, Snapchat, and Twitter, and Instagram accounts. This young man has also acquired enough tools and skills to start his own business. He's just graduated. We have students working at Miami University at Naked Lime. Naked Lime is a social digital media component of Reynolds & Reynolds, Vivial, and Netdemics. We have students that go much further, and I do not have the time to tell you all of the places and all of the kinds of work in which they're doing. Bruce Hines is not the only entrepreneur. Jesse Schroet, only in the last year graduated, but has started his own digital media and video production company, and working with local businesses, mostly working with small local businesses, but he's also worked across the West Coast in LA and Oregon and North Carolina, and also as a client in Germany. Again, there's not enough time for me to describe to you. Not only does Ike prepare our students, but he mentors them. He mentors them in the present, and he mentors them after they graduate. They are always calling him for feedback and advice about projects. Please understand that in the spirit of building, the Department of Communication has responded to the countless calls to do more with less, to get creative, to build successful programs. We responded to those calls, and our colleague who has been let go has been central to that call. For instance, we took 2 years and finally have a health communication minor. Staying on the cutting edge of health communication, we've incorporated IKE's social media the public relations courses into that media as required courses. So you understand how important that is, in the last 6 months, Hootsuite has partnered with the Mayo Clinic to start a new certification for healthcare professionals and health communication professionals for new certifications. I think this is really important. Losing IKE compromises this position, compromises this program. On the docket, waiting for approval, we have a digital writing and media certificate program that combines digital storytelling. We have worked with the Department of English and the Department of Communication to build this program. And again, IKE's classes are core to this program. Losing IKE compromises us and this program. This compromises our students. Finally, our internships. The internships that we have developed in the Department of Communication, those partners directly seek out IKE students. They want these skills. These are contemporary skills necessary for the workforce. Clearly, Ike Bruner is a builder. He is a builder of ideas, a builder of people, and programs that directly support and endorse the mission of this university and the future of our students. We do not have the faculty that can replicate his experience or skill set. And please understand me when I say that. We do not have the faculty that can do the kinds of work that Ike does. These are not tools that can be easily had. Trustees, we stand before you in the midst of countless cutaways that undermine our faculty's efforts to help students build for their future with the skills necessary for their success in contemporary workforce. We ask you to recognize that our esteemed colleagues are more than numbers on a spreadsheet. These are the people who exponentially raise the capital of this university and literally transform the lives and communities every single day. Thank you very much.
I'm Vanna, I'm from History and AAUP. Most people around here call me Dr. No. I'm here to plead that you do the right thing by renewing the contracts of the faculty members that go in the process of budget remediation. Profs. McNamara and Thompson have shown you the difference they make. We've had 2 others from sociology and anthropology. We don't have time to go through their contributions, but they are the faculty that led the students out into the quad last year. We come to you as a last resort. We've not gone over anybody's head. AAUP has publicly and privately asked the dean who made the decision to reverse it. She said it's all the provost's fault for cutting my budget. We went to the provost public and privately. He pointed his finger back at the dean and said he had advised against her decision. We went to the president publicly and privately. He shrugs his shoulders and says I'm a lame duck. So that brings us to you. The dean is leaving. The provost has said he thought it was a bad idea, and these faculty have not had their positions renewed. You're entrusted with the welfare of this university, and you have my utmost respect. I give my money to Mr. Fecker at Wright State. So I'm going to trust you to do the right thing. And let me clarify, the mission and the budget are not in competition. The central mission of the university is teaching and research. Those 2 functions are done by faculty, no one else. We have budget problems. Last year, we bailed out WSU for another $4.4 million. And CFO Ullman and Mr. Fitzpatrick today have emphasized that to generate revenue, we must teach more students. In other words, faculty are the revenue generators, no one else. Let's get into that a little deeper. We need recruitment, but as Prof. McNamara has pointed out, we're letting go top recruiters. This is madness. And the biggest problem is that we need more of the students who do come to stay and to graduate. That is, the solution is retention. Who are we not retaining? Not the star students like Lucas you meet, right? Lucas is a student of mine, and he's super smart, super driven. I'm totally proud of him, but he's not the typical student. The typical student, whether they're 20 or they're 40, struggle on two fronts. They don't have scholarships, so they gotta work. They need more scheduling flexibility, more classes, offered at all the different times of day. Online courses help, but they only work for a subset of students, not for many students who are at risk of dropping out. They need more faculty who know them and know their names and know their faces. And they need not bigger classes, although that may be presented to you as efficiency. They need smaller classes. This is Education 101. Teaching is about relationships through a faculty-student ratio that allows us to help those students one-on-one, give them personal instruction, guidance, encouragement. That's how at-risk students get from the D to the C. That's how they persevere. Let's not lose them in endless, massive 100-student courses taught by poverty-level adjuncts desperately running from Sinclair to Clark to Wright State just to make a living. We need more full-time faculty, not less. Please intervene as quickly as possible to save these faculty positions. We have lost many more through the VRIP program. Those faculty will not be replaced. But we ask you today to take back these 5 from COLA. These are the lowest paid faculty on campus. Let's get this university back, yes, on a track that keeps us solvent. The instructional budget has gone down in proportion to the rest of the university over the last decade or two. We must stop that trend. That is the opposite of our mission. Let me repeat. Faculty are the reason debt of this university, and faculty are the revenue generators. We need more faculty, not less faculty. The rest is noise.
Thank you very much for your